Hi once again, this is Brother Teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no easy way to present this subject that I'm about to present to you today. One of many serious things that occur in all of our lives from day to day. But this is one of the biggest. And this is not for the squeamish. It's not for the soft of heart. But it's for those that are willing to listen, that are willing to understand or comprehend what the real narrative of the day is as it relates to people who are in position and power on planet Earth, and more respectively in what we call the United States. This video could perhaps, I could sit in my office and have my suit on and take 2 hours in this discourse, but I'm just going to sort of scathe the surface. But I want you to do the additional work and study and research, if you would. It's not complicated. In fact, it's very simple. So, let me just cut to the chase. We were all taught, we were all given certain belief systems and ideologies as children that we have grown up with, that has become very much a staple in our lives. Our social acceptances, our religious and spiritual beliefs, what and how we see the world, the government, local, federal, and otherwise, how we just simply see the world at large. But what would you do and what would you say if the things that we were told were never true at all? In fact, what if those things were all a lie? What I'm trying to convey to you right now is this: things are not as they seem or appear. They've never been that way. So, I believe, let me tell you first of all, let me give this statement, my disclaimer. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not talking about theory. I'm talking about facts. Things that we experience and see every single day of our lives. But many of us are afraid to question it, to challenge it, to speak about it, to even think about it. Yet it's true, and we know in our hearts that it's true. There is indeed crimes that occur every day on a global level, and these crimes are carried out against humanity intentionally, deliberately. And as I said, I could be 2 or 3 hours on this video, but I'm not. Just going to give you enough. We were taught that we have a government that cares about the people. We are the people, so-called 50 states in America. But is this really true? Ladies and gentlemen, why is it that we have the largest prison industrial complex on the planet? Stop. Answer that question. If you're not sure, look it up. Look at the link that I'm going to leave you, one of the links anyway, and study this for yourselves and see how you think afterwards. That's one thing, the prison industrial complex. Why is it that even in policing within our cities and our towns, police are allowed to abuse the citizens, or especially black folks, African Americans, gunning them down for the most part, and being exonerated when they go to court. White cops shooting down black men, choking black men, and all types of misbehavior, and it's gone without punishment. Every once in a while, as in the case in South Carolina where Officer Michael Slager got 20 years for killing Walter Scott. That's just one police officer that may have seen justice. But it doesn't account for the other dozens and dozens and dozens of police officers that have killed unarmed men and women. So why is that in America? Also, why is it that our fast food restaurants are allowed to give us food that's not real food at all? Who regulates them? McDonald's, Taco Bell, KFC, and Wendy's, and the list just goes on and on and on and on. Who regulates the food that we receive in the restaurants? For purity, for real ingredients. Maybe ingredients is the wrong word, because ingredients is what food shouldn't contain, because if it's natural, it comes as it is, without ingredients. Ingredients are something that's added, right? Now, that's the restaurant industry. Not to mention the grocery stores and the food manufacturers. Why do we have so many chemicals and potions and toxic material in our food supply in the grocery stores? Cans, all packages, boxes, and bags, and so forth. Shouldn't it just be food and not colors and dyes and artificial this and artificial that? Where's the real food at? And what about the chemical companies such as Monsanto that sprays glyphosate on the crops to keep away the insects? The herbicide, it's called Roundup, which is the technical name is glyphosate. This genetically modified food that we're ingesting daily, that's causing cancer down the road, that's killing us literally, but they're allowed to do it, and they're paying off other companies to allow them to continue on as usual. This is Monsanto. And what about the company Pfizer, pharmaceutical company, one of the largest pharmaceutical companies on the planet, along with Merck? These two companies rake in $40 to $50 billion a year in annual revenue off of poisoning human beings. Drugs, legalized drugs called pharmaceuticals. Do we need these drugs, actually? Now, let me add this disclaimer. First of all, I'm not a doctor, not a scientist per se. But let me say this. I am for emergency medical care for anyone who needs it. Emergency medical care. But anything else that you buy over the counter or you get by a prescription that is not necessary to maintain your life, we can throw that stuff in the garbage. We are nature. I've said that before many, many times. So we must put nature in us and on us. Pharmaceutical drugs go against nature. Synthetic drugs are not real. They're not organic. So when you put something that's not organic into an organic being such as us, it's going to cause inflammation. And it's going to cause our organs to malfunction. It's going to damage our livers, our kidneys, our lungs, our heart, and everything else, because we are one. Our body is, that is. And if one thing is affected in your body, everything is affected. You may not like what I'm saying, but it doesn't mean that what I'm saying is not true. Do your research, your due diligence, and find these things out for yourselves so that you can be convinced and convicted that what Brother Teacher is telling you is in fact true. So, I have some links for you, and I want you to watch these intently, because they could very well save the lives of you and your family. and at least change your perspective on how you see things outside of the matrix. Be blessed. Stay studied up. Don't lose the art of thinking, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a lost art. No one thinks anymore. We just follow the latest trend or fad. When it comes along, we just grab hold of it, and we never stop and rationalize and reason why it is what we're doing. So, I hope that this is going to be beneficial for you and your family. Please like and share this video because it's pretty deep. It's Brother Teacher, I'm out.